Hey everyone, I'm Molly and welcome to your practice. Today will be a 20-ish minute class, some mellow movement, a little bit of breath work at the end, staying pretty grounded. Grab some props if you like practicing with blocks or a bolster, anything to soften your space, bring the ground up to you and support you. This will be a wind down practice, so really you could do it any time of the day. Honestly, it could be a good morning start, but maybe after work or before bed. So yeah, I hope you like it. Set up your space, like I said. You could put on some music. I like to do a candle or a room spray, something to bring your senses into here and now and separate whatever you were doing before, whatever you have to do next from your practice. And we're gonna get started in quadruped, in a tabletop pose. Shoulders stack over wrists and hips stack over knees. Take a couple moments just to land here. You could close your eyes down and feel your breath moving in and out of your body. We're going to work through some really slow cat-cows. So on your next inhale, lift your tailbone up to the sky, moving segmentally from your low back all the way up your spine. Start to create an arch, dropping your belly down, the space between your shoulder blades, and then lifting your heart forward as you reach your gaze forwards and up. You can definitely spend a couple breaths getting there. And then reverse on your next exhale, tuck your pelvis down and let that spinal movement work its way up from your pelvis through the mid-back. So now we're rounding, back of the heart is pressing up to the sky, push the ground away. Shoulder blades separate on the back body. And tuck your chin into your chest. One more really slow cow pose. Articulating through the spine and not rushing anything. Inviting this energy of slowness, of winding down, of giving yourself some space. And when you get to your cow pose, just hold there for a few breaths. Close your eyes, let your breath kind of massage throughout your body. Creating a little bit more room just through the expansion of your rib cage and your belly. And then a really slow cat pose, starting from the bottom, rounding through the spine. Eventually pushing the ground away with the hands, tucking chin into chest. And when you get there, close your eyes, feel your breath move in and out. Maybe finding a sensation of release somewhere with your body or in your body. And spend as much time here as you'd like. As you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward just a step. And then sink your hips back to your heels. As you do so, pivot your feet out to the side. So we're finding a little bit of internal rotation through the hips. You could walk your knees wider if you'd like. Take a breath in here. Chest reaches forward, gaze is towards your fingertips. And then exhale, shift forward. Shoulders stack over hands. Toes now touch in the center. And then drop your pelvis and your thighs down towards the mat. Bend into your elbows as much as you need. Inhale, cobra pose. High or low, whatever feels good in your body right now. And think about lengthening through the spine, traction back with the hands and up with the heart. And push through your hands, hips to heels. So we'll cycle through these movements a couple times with breath. Inhale, feet come out, hips shift back. Breathe down into the pelvic floor on your inhale. This is a really good place to find some release there. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, your cobra pose. Big toes can kind of center and towards the middle now. Find your heart opener. Exhale, push through your hands to make your way back into your modified child's pose. Breathe in here. Breathe out, tabletop. Inhale, cobra. Maybe it looks different this round. You could drop your head back, engage through your glutes, push lightly into the tops of the feet. Exhale, push through your hands, make your way back. One more round. Inhale in your child's pose, feet are out, pelvic floor and belly are soft. Exhale, forward. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra. This time exhale, tuck your toes, press through your palms, and glide your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Walk out your dog for a couple steps, pedaling into your feet. And then find a little bit of stillness. Bend your knees as much as you'd like and press your heart back towards your thighs. And then bend your knees even more so that your belly could almost touch your legs. And then straighten them a little bit, heels melting towards the mat. And bend. And straighten. Feeling a lot of points of contact with the mat. So we're really grounded. We're staying relatively still in space, but also finding a little bit of movement. Some lengthening through the hamstrings. Heart opening. Shoulder opening. Let's do 3 more breaths. And you can sync your inhales and exhales however you like with your movement. Final one, melt your heels down. And stay here for an extra breath. As you're ready, lower your knees back to the mat. Pivot your right foot out to the side. And whole body lengthens and opens to the left into a modified side plank. So from here, left arm is stretching overhead. Let's bend into our left knee and point our toes to the top of the mat, or I guess the back of the mat. And then take a few pulses into your hips and your ankles and your knees. So glutes are driving back kind of towards the left heel. Left knee is bending and lengthening. And find more or less kind of a 90-degree angle in the left knee. Left hand comes to the back of the skull. Inhale to reach your elbow up and back. Opening through the chest, broadening through the collarbones. As you breathe out, left elbow taps down towards right knee as your hips sink back a little bit. Really a lot of kind of funky movements here, but let them feel good in your body. So take whatever variations you'd like. Inhale, we press our hips forward and open our elbow to the sky. Exhale, hips sink back, left elbow taps right knee. Maybe your left knee bends a little bit more to make more space for your hips to drop. Let's go 3 more. Let your rib cage become involved. Really curling and rounding down. Final one here. Good. Return back to center into your tabletop. And feel out your body for a second. Notice maybe any opening, and I like to feel that in the left side of my waist a lot. Maybe the inner thigh. Take a couple shifts forward and back. And then we'll switch it out. Left foot kickstands out to the side, modified side plank. Right leg extends long, and hip points are driving towards the long edge of the mat as right arm reaches overhead. Okay, from here, bend into your right knee, point your toes to the back of the mat, and take a few of those toggles back and forth, bending and straightening the right knee. Hips sink back. And then as you're ready, keep your right knee bent. Palm comes to the back of the skull. Breathe in as you lift your elbow up, and then even reaching into the space back behind you as you broaden through your collarbones. Exhale,
right elbow taps towards left knee as your hips sink back. So feel how this shape feels in your body. Inhale to open. Exhale, right elbow taps, hips sink down. Really doesn't have to look a certain way. Just nice to find some space, kind of through some rotation, some side bending, some hip opening, so we can release tension. Feel like we can wind down for the day. And one more. Inhale to open up. Roll your left rib cage up towards the sky. Exhale, sink back. Round and curl in with the right elbow. Good. Return to your tabletop. Pick your feet off the ground and just swivel them side to side, so we're kind of rolling on our kneecaps. Did I say pick up your kneecap? I meant pick up your foot. A little bit of a swivel side to side. And then sit back into Virasana, just kneeling. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. You could have a bolster in between your calves and the backs of your thighs for support. Good. We'll take a side stretch. So reach up through the left hand, and then as you inhale, lean up and over to the right, breathing into the left lung here. As you exhale, take a little twist. Left hand comes towards the right knee, and we're twisting a little bit to the right as we round down. Inhale, extend your right arm back. Lift up through your spine. Exhale, maybe your right hand makes its way all the way towards the left hip crease, and you're rolling your right shoulder back. Okay, other side. Inhale, side stretch to the left, right arm up and over. Exhale, twist right hand to left knee, curl down and in. Inhale, extend your left leg or your left arm back. Nice long wingspan. Exhale, maybe finding that wrap of your left arm behind your body towards the right hip crease. Rolling left shoulder open. Right hand can stay where it is. Inhale, side bend over to the right. Exhale, rounded twist, left hand to right knee. Moving with your breath. Inhale to twist open and back with the right arm. Exhale, option for the bind as you twist a little bit deeper. And one more time over to the other side. Inhale, side stretch to the left. Open up your gills through the right rib cage. Exhale, right hand, left knee, curl down and in. Left arm extends behind you. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in. And exhale, find that wrap behind your back if you like. And then release any binds, wraps, motions with your arms and return to stillness in your kneeling posture. Feeling your breath move up and down the spine. And let's land in embryo pose for a few breaths. So legs are narrow, maybe your thighs are touching. Fold down onto yourself. Forehead rests on the mat, arms draped down by your sides, palms are facing up. And really let yourself feel heavy here. Breathing some softness into the skin of your low back. Release any tension you're holding in your jaw or your brow. And drop your shoulder heads towards the mat. Another couple of breaths of stillness here. Again, check in, let yourself land and be heavy, and let this be a moment of medicine for you, just to find stillness. releasing the need to do anything, to be anywhere different. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. As you're ready, keep your eyes closed if they already are, or maybe you start to shut them down. And we'll lift our torso up into a comfortable seat. You can do Virasana, you could do Sukhasana, crossing one ankle in front of the other. Just a couple rounds of a relaxing breath work. We're going to inhale for a count of 4 through the nose, and then we're going to exhale for a count of 8. So anytime the exhale is longer than the inhale, it's meant to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, signaling to our bodies that we can slow down, we can release and relax and wind down. So empty the air from your lungs and seal your lips shut. It doesn't have to be your deepest breath. Let it be soft and relatively full. We'll inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue at a pace or a depth or a count that works for you. If this count doesn't work, you can go 3 and 6. You can extend it, just trying to double. The exhale is double the length of the inhale. I like to feel a little bit of a filling on my inhale. Breath and prana moving into the body. And then exhale, it's almost like my face softens, my shoulders droop down, my skin is melting, bones are dense. One more round. You can stay in this breath pattern or release into any final stretches. Could transition into meditation. If you're ready to begin to end your practice, you could slide your hands along your thighs, blink your eyes open, taking in the space around you. Maybe noticing a shift in your energy, hopefully feeling calmed and relaxed. Let's take a final breath together. Inhale, palms to touch and center. Exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Gratitude for your practice, for your body, for about 20 minutes of space to meet yourself. I hope you feel amazing. Thank you so much for practicing here, and I will see you next time.